y'all gonna run
I like
it?
how this. I like how this ape just like wants. I like how this. I like how this ape. Yeah, I just want to clear. I just like how this ape like constantly wants to fiend debate me, but like won't.
Already nervous, bro. You're
When
already talking
Lucario
low. You're
walks
already
into
stuttering.
saying
Okay,
utterance
we're gonna talk about
blunder,
this. So
Which
substance
view
you had to
on
leave preemptively last time, but yeah, I'll lay it out. I'll lay it out. So
which view on
the more
which view
articulate one, the more expressive one is going to lay it out because nobody wants to hear you talk. So what we talked about last time was whether or not he blundered in the initial conversation, okay, in which he detailed that he was an infinitist. Now, the second topic, which was pertaining to the first one, was just whether or not it's the case that essentially infinitism, nihilism, and internalism are somehow compatible. Okay, so he draws this comparison to show the compatibility or to attempt to express the compatibility. So what he does is he talks about it in terms of error theory, okay, where you can say that language is used in this particular way, okay, but the facts that it purports to describe never exist or don't exist, they never obtain, and so therefore all the statements that would be as such are false. So he tries to make infinitist commitments essentially consistent with his commitments about being a nihilist of justification, okay, while also being an internalist. So I was just saying that that's problematic, of course, and I said that it's unreasonable to take that infinitism is not a project that attempts to explicate doxastic justification, right? And that no reasonable person would interpret the project of infinitism as such. Infinitism is a theory of epistemic justification that attempts to take one of the horns of Agrippa's trilemma and use it to form a thesis upon what it means for justification to obtain. To say that the theory does not attempt to account for doxastic justification, or to say that your rendition of the theory is such that it does not attempt to do so, is a ridiculous bastardization that no reasonable person should be interpreting it as such, and that's what the blunder was. Presumably he thinks that he didn't have a substantive blunder. Maybe he had another utterance blunder just like the first time, like he got made fun of for and clowned for. But yeah, if you think that there was no blunder about any of the stuff that I just said, you can go ahead and lay it out. But again, nobody really wants to hear you talk, so go ahead.
You want a meta debate about a meta debate? You were so chronically online, bro. Get a job, holy
and
shit.
You're gonna engage, by the way.
Thoughts on other dude? You constantly overtalk. You have
You're gonna engage. I hope you know that. You're calling me on chronically online, but you're gonna engage with that.
What are your thoughts on abortion? Which view? I'll just take the opposite view.
So he's dodging. Concede that there was a blunder, and then we can debate abortion.
Well, no, I don't concede that there was a blunder.
Okay, good bitch. What the fuck? You want to stick to the topic, even though I said initially when you joined this live, we're going to debate?
Wait, you don't want a meta debate about the meta debate? What?
Which you agreed to? Cool guy. When we opened up, hold on. Another blunder.
Bro, you need a job,
I'm sorry. When we opened up this live, I like how you talk about overtalking. You overtalk me. That makes a lot of sense.
I didn't even finish what I was saying.
I don't care. Like I said, nobody wants to hear you talk.
Wait, so the middle of my sentence is interrupting the beginning of yours. My bad, bro.
Lucario, it doesn't matter if you finish. You're being used. You're being used for pleasure right now.
You suck, bro.
Lucario, you're being used for pleasure. It doesn't matter if you finish. I already told you that. I expressed that multiple times, okay? So stop talking. I'm going to continue to use you for pleasure just like I did the last 3 times.
That's
okay?
gay,
and then you're
bro.
not going to post it because you're a bitch. Look, this is what I said when you joined the live. I said, we're going to have a debate about whether or not you think you blundered because presumably you don't think you blundered. You never think that you blundered. You think that only 3 or 4 people in this comm are better than you. That's a ridiculous statement. You lose to everybody. You immediately went to try and debate me. When I opened up this, I said, yeah, let's just debate about whether or not you blundered. You were fine with doing so. And then I was given chance to lay out the blunders. You had no problem with me doing so. And then realized that you were getting fucking bitch slapped and then go, oh, I don't want to debate about that anymore. Let me shift it to something or attempt to shift it to something that I think I'm successful at debating, but you lose to everybody you debate that topic on. So if you want to concede, yes, I made substantive and utterance blunders, quote unquote fucking utterance blunders, last 2 times that we debated. If you want to admit that there were blunders present, then we can go ahead and talk about abortion because I know you want to redeem your optics so fucking terribly bad that you want to debate a topic I don't touch, and I'll still fucking beat the shit out of you on it. So now admit that you made blunders, and I'll give you your chance to redeem your optics, you fat piece of shit.
Dude, you're actually hyperventilating right now. Dude, calm your cortisol's levels, bro. If you need some water or some coffee to calm yourself down, just
give me water, slave boy. Give me water, slave boy. Okay, give me water, slave boy. Give me some water, slave boy.
Dude, you're so cringe.
Give me water. What are you doing? Go get me water.
Dude, this isn't, dude. Like,
go get me water. You just offered me water. Go get me water. You just offered me water.
You broke. I didn't offer you water.
Yes, you did. You said if you want some water. Presumably, are you not going to give me some?
I said if you want some water, go get some now.
I have to get it myself. Give me some water right now.
How's that me offering water? Dude,
give me some water.
Cornball.
What do you think an offer is?
Dude, this is so fucking
What's an offer?
Dude.
Lucario, quick, ask him niche meta ethics questions that you don't understand.
Right, go ahead,
redeem your optics. Hurry, Lucario, hurry, you have to do it quick. Lucario,
quick, now, before you start using before you start redeeming.
Do not redeem it.
Just let me know, just to be clear, I didn't get a
single. You need to redeem your optics right now. Redeem your optics immediately.
I didn't even finish getting a sentence through. Dude, you guys are so good at
You guys are so
good at
Okay, Lucario, so just admit that there were blunders and then we can now immediately move to abortion. Go ahead.
There were blunders when you said that.
On your part, by the way.
Oh, nice clarification. So
I clarified that 3
admit there were
times. I already said that. I just
blunders.
had to do it again because you're slow.
Yeah,
What?
who gives a fuck about clarification?
Wait, when did I not? Wait. In the
I'm
past
just
2
gonna
times.
hyperfixate on this.
Wait, in the past 2
But I'm
times that I said
actually
that, you don't
curious,
think I said the blunders that you made?
when I joined
You don't
this
think
live
I said that the
stream,
past 2
when did
times?
I agree to
okay, so it's
meta
apparent
debate
that
about this? That's a question.
Why did I get muted? Okay, wait, look. So
Yeah, we're just gonna like go 1 minute
Yeah,
at a
can you
time
stop,
because
like,
Q wants
spam
me to
muting
mod this.
Apollo?
wait.
Like,
I'm
Yo,
stopping.
Q wants me to mod
Apollo,
this.
please
We're
stop.
just gonna go like
Then we
30
could do
seconds
30
at a
seconds each.
time.
Here, look. We do 30 seconds each. I'm just gonna say this. He just said that I made a clarification, try to make fun of me for it, as if I didn't say it the past 2 times that I asked him for that specific thing. When I said, oh, admit that you made blunders, I had already opened up with that 2 times. So the 3rd time, I didn't think I needed to, but that's ridiculous. You're saying that I make the statement, the same one, 2 times in a row, and I tell you and I press you on being able to admit that you were being autistic and that you made blunders, and that the 3rd time I need to re-clarify that I'm talking about your blunders? Are you serious? Is that like the level of capacity that you have to track? Is that the capacity of tracking that I'm dealing with right now? The fact that you didn't pick up on it the first 2 times and then try to make fun of me for not doing it the 3rd time,
30 seconds
despite
up.
me having some basic hope in the fact that you would be
Is
able
he
to track
done?
that point.
30 seconds are up.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're gonna move
I like
on.
how your rhetoric is so dog shit that your cognitive abilities deprive you from being able to pick up on nuanced meta jokes. I made a meta joke about your stupidity when I clarify my epistemic project, and then I use another referent for it, and you still can't even pick up on that. But yeah, I mean that's just gonna be on the recording. Your rhetoric is dog shit, by the way. You're genuinely getting like emotional in the conversation. Just calm down, and then also I just want some evidence for the view that I actually came on here and I agreed to do a meta debate instead of just saying yeah we can debate.
Yeah,
All right,
so
we're
if
gonna be doing
evidence is
1
just
minute now,
if
but
evidence is
30
just
seconds
that
are
which
up.
stop. If evidence is just that which taught is raising the probability of something being true, then I do think I'm justified in thinking that you accepting Angel allowing me to lay out the blunders that you made in the previous debate and not having disputes with me doing so counts in favor of that. And I think that it's reasonable for me to say that because I'm able to explicate the nature of justification, whereas my interlocutor has the inability to do so. Also, you're talking about making meta jokes. You think you're light Yagami of the debate calm. That shit was not funny. You didn't make a meta joke. You just were corny, and you're now trying to recover optics even more. Please get good. Your ass.
You still have 30 seconds.
Okay, I thought we were doing 30 seconds each, so that's why
We
I can give
changed
him the
to
rest of
1
my time
minute.
if he wants. I mean, he clearly requires the rest of my time. I don't think I need to talk about how ass he is. I've blown him out 4 times on many different occasions. But if you do want me to use the rest of my time, all I want you to do, Lucario, is post the recordings of us talking, right? I mean, you think they're really good. You think that I'm not worth the post. You've posted about me 2 different times. Actually, no, 3 different times. And you're going to go ahead and post about me a 4th and a 5th time because you need to redeem your optics. So go ahead and admit there were blunders, then we can debate abortion. On your part, by the way, because I have to apparently clarify that to you, piece of shit.
Yo, Lou, it's your time.
Yeah, who turned off my camera? What the hell, man?
Dude, how am
Oh,
I
you
still
probably
muted?
wanted
What
to
the
speak,
fuck? I was
No
literally
one
talking.
muted
But anyways, so when I asked for evidence, I was like, okay, well that would be good evidence. But the issue is I actually did give contentions when Angel quote unquote let you give out that justification. The whole entire time I was asking, just give a view on abortion, just give a view on abortion. You didn't hear me because Angel's microphone is stupid cracked and you don't hear anything when she's talking. Your microphone, I'm pretty sure you emptied, or maybe you just have like an empty room with no furniture. That's usually really good for audio decibels. But so the evidence that you give is just faulty because I did have contentions. I was like, no, I just want to debate abortion or veganism or something like that. I'm not interested in the meta debate. I'm not that chronically online like you anime debaters.
Do you think evidence is that which is inaccessible? So, for example, if I didn't hear you say, do you think that it counts in favor of my epistemic evaluations?
Inaccessible? What do you mean by that?
So, for the fact that you said the whole entire time, quote unquote, but I didn't hear it, like you said, because my mic is either really loud or Angel's mic is cracked and I can't hear it over you. Accessibility means that it's within my within what I can consider to count in and out of favor of different things. So, for example, if I think that the fetus is not harmed by abortion, okay, but the fetus is actually harmed, but I don't have that reason, does it count in favor of my epistemic evaluations?
I'm not saying that you made a blunder. So no, I don't think that you had access to it. I'm not saying you made a blunder.
Oh, that's not what I asked. Please answer my question.
Just
My
I just
question
said,
was, do you think evidence is that which is inaccessible or can be expressed by that which is inaccessible?
just calm down. I don't think you had access to it. But I think a good social cue awareness, which is something that I think you fundamentally lack just based on the way that you present your
So now we're
decorum and
retracting the
research.
evidence claim and making a claim about social cues.
Calm down.
See, the timer's on me, right?
Dude,
So
calm
yeah,
down.
now we're retracting the claim about
down.
social cues and now, or sorry, we're retracting
Okay,
the claim
now
about
we're
evidence.
just like casually interrupting
The
sentences.
timer's on me, but yeah. Look, so now we're retracting the stuff about evidence. Stop. So we're retracting the stuff about evidence.
So bad.
Yeah, it does look good. It does look really bad
hard.
for you. You're retracting the stuff
You're
about evidence and you
trying
want to talk
so
about social
hard.
cues now.
This is cringe, dude. This is
stop
actually
talking over
corny.
me. It's
You
cringe that you're
fucking
talking
suck.
over me. I agree.
I'm
Yeah.
not. I was finishing my sentence, dude. But look, the blunder
No,
that
the
you
timer
made
was on me.
you
Please
should
stop
have. If
talking
you had
over
any
me.
social cue awareness, you would have like asked for confirmation.
Social
like,
cue
regarding what you wanna
awareness.
do. Yes, you can be aware
Good
of
job.
social cues. Is that wait?
No,
Is
I
that
don't
a
have meta
word?
level beliefs about social cues.
You don't have social cue
No, I
awareness.
don't have
Like,
meta
like
level
you.
beliefs about
Why
social
did
cues.
you?
I
Why
don't.
did you
I
repeat
actually
that as if
reject that
like?
meta level belief. Here,
Wait,
look,
wait,
I'll debate you
you
on some
wait.
stupid
You
shit.
tried to
I don't
wait. You
think meta
didn't know
level
that you
beliefs
could have
exist.
you didn't know you could have awareness of
I don't
social
think meta
cues.
level
Holy
beliefs
shit!
exist. Do you want to
You're,
debate
you're
about
like
it?
so far deep
I
into
don't
the
think meta level
Discord
beliefs
rabbit hole.
exist. I don't think
Oh
meta
my
level beliefs
god,
exist.
bro!
You
Go
want to debate
find
about
another
it?
meat kitten, bro.
I don't think meta
Go
level
find
beliefs
us a
exist. You
kitten.
want to debate about it?
Holy shit!
Okay,
No.
cool. You don't want to debate about it? Fine. Then don't
Why
negate
would
the
I?
shit if you have
Dude,
it.
you can't
If you think
even.
that
Dude,
it's
you can't even
stupid,
let me finish. You
if you
can't even
think
let me
it's
finish
stupid,
the
then we can just
sentence.
debate
Why do I
about it. I
want to
just don't
talk to
think
you?
meta level beliefs exist.
Dude, why would
Okay, so
anyone want
now,
to talk to you? Look, I'm
okay,
sure.
then why are
Look,
you
look,
talking
look.
to me?
One day. Look. One
Then
day.
why are you
One
talking
day.
to me?
Look. One
Wait,
day.
then why
One
are you
day.
talking to me?
Look.
That was a blunder. Nobody
Look.
wants to talk to me, but you do. Are you not a part of the set of everybody?
What? Look. One
Nice,
day.
good stuff.
One day, man, I'm gonna get a really cracked. Well, I already had one, but one day I'm gonna get another really cracked microphone. I'm just gonna go on and say the dumbest shit possible, and whenever somebody tries to correct me on a malformed like inference that I make or like a false recollection, I'm just gonna scream over them about some
You do that
I don't
already.
know, some ad hom or like how they stink or something.
You do that
Unironically,
already.
this guy said that, I think.
You do that already, and also you said that nobody wants to talk to me, but yet you continue to talk to me. And there is a talking stick, but you violated it. The time was on me, but you were complaining about me talking over you. You were the one talking over me. That makes no fucking sense. The timer was literally on me, and you were complaining. I mean, you just complain about anything at this point because you want to try and redeem your optics so bad, and it's a terrible attempt at doing so. So what we're going to explain is this. One, I presented a few different topics. I said we could debate about if meta level beliefs exist, literally trolling the fuck out of him, doesn't want to take that. Doesn't even want an easy win. He doesn't have the confidence to be able to debate about if meta level beliefs exist. Okay, that's pathetic. Secondarily, we talked about whether or not it's the case that you blundered in the second conversation, okay? About whether or not the commitments about being a nihilist, infinitist, and internalist are consistent, whether or not it's coherent or reasonable to draw the comparison to something like error theory to the infinitist thesis, okay? I gave you so many different opportunities to try and redeem your optics. I even gave you the craziest opportunity, which was if you admit that you had substantive and quote unquote utterance blunders within both times that we interacted regarding epistemology, we could debate abortion right now. If you admit that, or if you post those recordings, we could debate about abortion. I'm giving you a chance to redeem your optics. I don't do abortion. I'm just doing it for the love of the game. Well, what are you doing? Admit that you made blunders or post the recordings, and then we could debate abortion.
You say you're doing it for the love of the game. I'm not entirely sure which game that you love so much, but whatever game you want to play, I think you're really, really good at it, bro. But
I know.
it's just it's just a different game that I play. I think that when you constantly have to overtalk your opponent, I mean, for me, it's really just like unplugging the controller when you're playing Street Fighter on somebody else's like console. It's just like really cringe. I feel like if you had so much confidence in the things that you were saying in the last interaction, I don't think that you would feel the need to overtalk so much in the way that you did. But also. I am also already going to just post the first recording on the conversation where it was like a dine and dash 10 minutes. I just like asked you for motivation to the video and then conveniently you had to go. I mean, I don't mind posting that one. But for the other ones, it's just like you over talking. Like I don't like people are gonna think this nigga's my rival or something. Like that's so stupid. Why would I post you for like a fourth or fifth time? I'm definitely not gonna do that. And you're actually lucky that I'm posting the fourth one. You're just not worth that time. I'm actually surprised that you've been able to control your she motions so much that you actually can like allowed me to get through these sentences alone. So props to you, man. You're making progress. So just just do a little bit better, and I hope to see some more progress, man. But no, you're on the right track.
Actually, just better for my optics to let you talk, by the way, because when you talk, you embarrass yourself. Nobody thinks that what you said looked good. Everybody thought that what you said was unfunny. Every joke that you attempted to slip in was horrible. Every rhetorical jab that you attempted to implement was terrible, okay? You stuttered multiple times. You said, oh, multiple times. You used many filler words, and you didn't actually address any of the things that I said. So yes, letting you talk the entire time is better for my optics. So whatever's better for my optics, I'm going to do. If it's letting you talk for an entire minute and a half to yourself and then making no progress on the debate, then yeah, I'm going to let you do that, of course. So thanks for the compliment. I mean, you're just telling me that I did well. You're complimenting me during the debate, and now you're going to make some corny joke afterwards about how it was sarcastic and you were making a meta level joke. That shit is embarrassing. But yeah, like I said, multiple points on the subject as to whether or not I'm going to give the chance for Lucario to redeem his optics. So there's one, if you want to talk about if the commitments of being an infinitist, nihilist, and internalist are consistent with each other, and if the comparison that's drawn to error theory is consistent, or if it's coherent to make such a comparison, okay? Secondarily, if you were to admit or post the recordings or admit right now that you made many substantive and utterance blunders throughout the course of our previous conversations, then we could debate abortion right now, which is your main topic. So it seems like you just don't want to admit it because you want to avoid getting beat down on another topic that you pride yourself on being good at debating for. You think there are only 3 to 4 people in this community that are better than you, but you consistently lose to all the people you interact with. I can't recall the last time you won a debate against somebody who crossed the C tier, okay? So if you want to now answer any of the points that I just made, which is, do you want to debate about any of the stuff that I just laid out, or do you want to concede that you looked like shit in both conversations? Then we can proceed with the abortion debate. So I'm giving you a chance to redeem your optics. Take the chance or just leave the panel. You've been getting bitched.
Okay. You say that I'm avoiding getting beat the fuck down on the abortion topic, but whatever you mean by beat the fuck down, I'm sure that's probably going to be true. But I don't know if you're actually honest with yourself of what you mean by beat the fuck down, because from my experience, it's really just like screaming and aping into your microphone over and over, such that whenever I offer to debate you on, and I quote, any proposition you want, as long as it's talking stick, you reject that by saying, no, I want to scream over you because it's funny. And like those sort of interactions, I think they're funny for a while, but you just constantly do them. Like, you can't let go with the bit, man. Like, the bit's it's just not funny. Like, you have to know the time and place when to do those bits. You just don't have that social awareness. And yes, social cue awareness is a thing.
Was that it?
No, it's not it. I was about to start making fun of your mother. She's so ginormous that she has her own gravitational field around it. You lost to Apollo. You got bitched by Archie, and you have an ego. How does that work? I'm sure that's appealing. That'll be appealing in like, I don't know, a year or so when I get into the
Low tier said that I had lost to myself, but I'm the king of the bear to Apollo. I don't know how I could lose to myself, you stupid low tier slave boy. I don't understand how Apollo could lose to Apollo. If it because I tech debated myself on an alt account, you stupid low tier. You thought that what you said looked funny, but now I'm debating you in Apollo's accent, and you're still going to lose to me despite the Jamaican in my accent. So if you want to pick the prop, or you want to admit that it was the case that you looked terrible in both debates, and keep pressing on the fact that somehow I continue to talk over you, despite me not talking over you for the past 3 interactions. You keep pressing on it like a stupid low tier because you just want to run away and point out how I was yelling over you in past debates. That's not rhetorical in the slightest, stupid low tier. If you want to talk about the content that's taken place during this debate, then do so. Please don't talk about how we did interact in past debates, dumb low tier slave boy. Now, let's get to the substance. Would you like to admit that you looked like shit in the conversations against Verizon's strongest employee, Apollo, the king of debating? Or would you like to gallop away from the conversation from the king?
Yeah, you have some conditions in which you want to engage with me on, like ethics or veganism or abortion or one of those. One, I don't really have a desire to talk to you again about those topics, or not about those topics, but talk to you again, even if it's on those topics. But when people come on and ask, "Hey, Lucario, you want to run it back? You want to run it? You want to debate Bridge, Lucario? Lucario, can you debate Bridge?" I'm like, "Sure, I'll debate if he wants to." I don't like have that initial desire, so I was under the assumption that you wanted to debate. Then when I say sure, I'll just debate. I'll just like run it back. Then the conversation is specified to like a meta conversation. Holy chronically online, bro. Holy chat, bro. You need to touch grass, like unironically. And anyone, not gonna lie, anyone who wants to see that, you need to touch grass too as well. Okay, you need to put the fries in the bag. I mean, you start somewhere. But so no, I'm not interested in that. I think you look terrible in the other conversations. And yes, I do harp on the fact that you constantly overtalk. You getting like 3 dialogue rotations without constantly over talking, that's not really the flex that I think you might think it is. But hey, it's like I said, you're making progress, and I'm glad to see the progress is substantiating.
You just pressed on the same non-issue for the 4th time about how I supposedly continuously overtalk you, but like I said, letting you talk is just fantastic for my optics. Do you want to debate, yes or no? I'm not going to repeat all the blunders that you've made. There's no point in pressing on those. Do you want to debate, yes or no?
Okay, it seems like we have like a decent function going on where when it's the case that you allow me to talk, that's the times that you think, or those are the times that you think I'm doing bad. But I think given that I have a relatively successful hypothesis going that in all of the other times which you constantly overtalk,
Is this a yes or
I think
no?
that you don't really have, that antecedent doesn't really have a strong relation. So all the times that you do overtalk, that just makes me think, wait, did you not think I was looking terrible in those conversations? Thanks, man. I
I think
appreciate
you've
it.
looked bad in all of them, but was that a yes or no?
No, the answer was a no.
There
I don't
wasn't a yes or no, right? I'm aware. So yeah, you don't want to debate? Is that a yes or a no? Let's get clear.
Oh fuck no! Unless like a bunch of
Okay,
people just
calm.
want
So
to
you
like
don't want to
socially
debate.
peer pressure me into talking to
Yeah,
you.
okay,
You're
okay. So
abastic
you don't want to
enough.
debate. The last time it was just one person who asked you to. So when you say the condition is that a bunch of people are socially peer pressuring you, I don't know if Raya counts as one fucking person, but yeah, she was the only one asking us to, and then you got bitch slapped. So if you want to debate, like I said, just admit that you had blunders and we can debate abortion right now, which, by the way, to clear up, I don't touch that topic, but I will debate it with you because I think you can't beat me in anything. So please pick the topic.
By your conditions of like winning, as in like you make more your mom jokes or you make more jokes about being a femboy. Sure, I don't think I can make as many of those jokes as you can. I think your rhetorical prowess is uncanny, but I mean that's not really rhetorical prowess because I think that's just a little bit of a bastardization of the term rhetorical. It's not really convincing of a thesis. It's more so just convincing of like some kind of ape battle. But hey, man, you're really good at those, and props to you. I will not step up to you on like how to make fun of somebody's mother or the fact that they're a femboy. You're really quick with it.
So you're admitting that I'm funnier than you, but that's not why I think that you looked worse. Why I think you looked worse is because you were saying that infinitism does not attempt to explicate doxastic justification, that somehow the infinitist commitments are compatible with being an internalist and a nihilist about justification. That's why I think you look bad. That has nothing to do with me talking about your mother, with me talking about how you put relaxant in your hair. It has nothing to do with that. I mean, you just keep making the same jokes, keep pressing the same points. It's not funny. You just keep trying to call out certain things about me and my character during debates. But I'm not even insulting your character during the debate. I'm simply saying you literally have no idea what you're talking about in regards to epistemology, okay? It's not an insult. I'm just describing the fact that you fucking suck at epistemology, okay? So yeah, you made a bunch of claims about the subject matter that you had no idea about, okay? And then you looked terrible. Then you tried to run it back by saying it was an utterance blunder, not a substance blunder. And now when I'm saying you can simply admit that you blundered during those conversations, or we could debate about why you blundered, which you did engage in previously, to say that I'm chronically online for that is ridiculous. I mean, you already engaged in that type of conversation. If you don't want to engage in that type of conversation, you just admit that you blundered, you look terrible in front of all these people, and then we can debate abortion in front of all of them. Go ahead.
So to say that, look, man, stuttering is not a bad thing. I do it all the time. But if you're going to chastise somebody for stuttering and use that as some evidence for their lack of confidence, please don't stutter so much, as much as you do at least. But also, anytime I've ever talked about epistemology, I've never claimed to like even like read it. In fact, I make it very clear I've never touched
It is very clear, that's right.
and that I don't really care about it. But somehow I still bitched you on the topic that your best topic, unironically. I just think that's hilarious. I just make true statements. Anytime I evaluate the statements that I make, they're just all true, man. But if you really, really want to debate me, I guess I'm just curious why. Like, why are you so fiending? If I'm such a bad debater, like, why do you literally have like a fan Discord page about me, bro?
Yeah, I mean, you made fun of the stutter, but I just wanted to feel what it was like to be Lucario, so I engaged in it for a second or two. But then, as you can see, you did it 4 or 5 times throughout the course of that conversation, so that was really bad. And again, if you think that you saying that infinitism doesn't attempt to account for doxastic justification is you bitching me on the subject, then you hold that belief. If you think that that's good, then you hold to that belief and you can think that you won that or that you looked good in that. If you think that being an infinitist, nihilist, and internalist all at the same time, then going on to make the claim that those are compatible, if you think any of that is going to make you look good during the conversation, okay, that's terrible. There's no way that we should allow this guy to be taken serious in any spaces that pertain to having productive discourse, okay? Now, like I said, I've asked you 4 or 5 times for this right now. This is the last time I'm going to ask you. Would you like to admit that you made substantive and quote unquote utterance blunders in the previous conversations that we had, and then you can get your abortion debate to attempt to redeem your shitty optics?
I like how you're quoting utterance blunders and the
That was a yes or no.
allow you to calm yourself. And the
Yes
brief
or no?
times that I actually allowed you to like gaslight me into
Yes or
thinking I said
no.
something
Yes
in the
or
conversation that
no.
I didn't care about at all. I don't know who's talking, but the only time
mean, you don't
I
know more
suggested that I gave
broadly,
an
so
utterance
that
blunder
that's
is like when you told me that I made the claim that infinitism doesn't attempt to do that, even though that proposition was never given. But yeah, if that's like the main blunder that you keep on pointing to, and it's not even true on the recording. And then when I say quote unquote utterance blunder, that's just to refer to the false notion that I actually did make that claim and I didn't specify my epistemic view over and over, and then I give that caveat over and over. It's almost like when you have a specification or like you apply a predicate to a subject multiple times, it's almost like eventually you wouldn't even need to do that. Fortunately, I did, But I think a common person wouldn't even need to do that. But that seems a little bit antithetical to the chastisation that you were giving earlier, which is why you didn't pick up on the meta joke, because you're an ape and you don't really have rhetoric above just like your mom jokes, femboy jokes, or whatever. You kind of suck, man. I'm sorry.
You're talking about rhetoric, but you use filler words consistently. You're significantly less eloquent than me. Doesn't make any sense to talk about rhetoric. When you are less convincing than me, you sound less convincing than me. But I'm not going to keep pressing you on the same blunders that you've already made. I've already addressed all of this. To say that you're consistent and being an internalist, nihilist, and an infinitist all at the same time is ridiculous. I've addressed this in the past 2 conversations. So for you to try and rehash this for the 7th time is a ridiculous waste of time. If you want to debate, just pick the topic. After you admit that you blundered, then we could debate. So go ahead. I'm not going to talk for too long. Hurry up.
It sounds like you really, really want to debate. How badly do you want to debate me on abortion, man?
Let's just
Another
let that
dodge.
sit. Let's just let that sit.
Ari is back. Thank you so much for
Let's
the
just let
follow.
that sit there. Let's just let that sit there.
He does want to debate. He already said that.
Let's just let that sit there.
How badly, man?
So you didn't see me 6 times say, hey, admit you blundered, and then I'll give you the chance to redeem your optics. Lucario, it's not me. It's you. You need that.
Okay. If that makes your day better, yeah.
How many people, what percentage of people do you think watch the conversation and then think
just need to redeem my optics?
you do?
Lucario,
What
calculating how it's not a blunder
After
at the same
after I
time, explain
totally-
why you don't want to read
after I
debate on how
totally
it's not a
said-
blunder.
Percentage of people do you think won that?
Saying that, Lucario, that was a good
there
one.
was a dog. Sorry, there was a dog in the background. What were you saying?
What
Okay.
percent of people do you think that watched the previous 2 conversations thinks that you won?
The previous, yeah, get that out.
Like I said, I want to talk. I want to
thought
talk
you were
like you
more
sometimes.
eloquent.
Sometimes I want to feel like what it's
Come
to be
on,
like
man.
Lucario. I
This
want the
is
what
like-
it's likeness of being Lucario and stuttering a bunch.
Holy shit! Do you feel like a femboy?
Yeah, I do. I feel so femmy. I feel so femmy right now. Shine. Might start popping my hips and shaking ass. Feel me? Still good.
Yeah, I don't be
Just
shaking
tell
that
me.
ass.
Just tell me. What percentage of people do you think that you looked good during the conversation that we had the previous 2 times?
I think this set of people that we have who probably watch the interaction are the same set of people that literally make fan edits about me and your server. I'd imagine that it's kind of. I feel like there's some suppositions with that data.
Are you gonna answer the percentage question, or
I think that those morons probably thought I looked good, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I'd be like worried if the
You look
people
good?
More broadly,
I'd be worried. Look,
you think that they think you looked good?
if the people thought that I'd look good, I'd be like worried. Thankfully, they don't, because the people
No,
that
they
normally
really
watch that-
don't. Like when
Yeah,
you tried to say that infinitism was compatible with nihilism and internalism, nobody thought that looked good. Not just quote unquote morons, but people who are significantly better than you. Nobody thinks that looks good.
When did I
nobody
say that
thinks
infinitism is
Nobody takes
compatible
that
with
serious. Nobody takes that serious at all. Nobody thinks that that's something that you should be saying when debating epistemology. I think you should just admit that you looked bad in the conversations and then attempt to redeem your optics on abortion. Go ahead.
And by bad, all I'm saying is that you screamed over me with like an Abe microphone. I'll happily agree with you. I'll happily shake your hand there.
You do the same thing.
I'm on an iPhone
Rules for thee,
11.
but not
Wait,
for me. You do the same shit.
I'm on an iPhone 11 that Apollo sold me behind Verizon in Kingston, Jamaica, and you're talking about my microphone being maxed out. What are you doing? Please just tell me if you want to debate another topic by proxy of you admitting that you looked terrible in the previous ones. Go ahead.
I feel like, and this is again, I know you were a little bit
I
baffled.
feel like
but
I feel it.
down.
I
Calm
feel,
down.
feel the clash. I feel it.
Dude,
Good one.
dude, you're so appealing, man. This is not corny at all.
I'm not saying anything. That's Duber, you piece of shit.
I'm not talking to you, piece of shit.
You're talking about appeal, bro. He's not trying to be appealing.
I know. He's just your friend.
Then why'd you say the
actually, I
word
think he
appeal,
is.
moron?
Also, no. Also, no.
You know that? Then why are you saying the word appeal? Why are you making that accusation if you know he's not trying to be appealing? What's wrong with
I know
you?
it's not you, but dude, this is like, I think when these are the people that are supporting you, it's just so corny, man. Like
All the people on the panel that support me.
Like, come
do
on,
you.
come on. All jokes aside,
This
man,
is what they do. These cornballs. They sit and
Come
make
on, man.
edits of me.
Bro, or
Yo,
not
Lucario,
Apollo. Sorry, I got you confused with the
Dude,
Jamaican.
you have
Lucario, you think that
edits of
posting
another
pictures of you
fanboy,
when
bro.
you're at Mad Shop
You
is an
have
edit?
you
Like,
have
that's
edits
not
of
an
a
edit, man.
fanboy, bro.
Nobody makes edits of you.
That just says a little something, don't you think?
Yeah, it says a
Who do
little
you
something that
think
everyone
that
thinks you're
supports
chopped.
me?
That's right.
Oh, hold on, Lucario. Who do you think that quote unquote supports me that you can be?
Another. Is this just a Lucario press conference? Is this literally?
Well,
every
you don't want to debate, so
You haven't
yeah,
answered
that's
any
what's gonna make
questions.
fun of you for
So
being
fucking famous,
no,
bro.
Bridge, please don't beat me up, and please I'm gonna keep saying that I'm not doing the blunders that you said
Wait,
I'm doing.
by
I'm
the way,
gonna at the
Art,
same time
we
say I'm not
have-
debating it. You sound mad fucking stupid. You're saying you're not gonna debate it.
Art,
and try to
we
explain
did.
how it's not a blunder.
Dude,
Fuck,
cool,
Art,
bro.
I'm
You
not
sound
sure
out
how
of
much
breath.
you know
Catch your
about.
breath, man.
Wait.
Catch your
bro,
breath, old bro.
Pipe down.
So
Wait,
yeah, that's
Art,
how you
you know-
sound every single time you
I
talk.
accept
You
your
realize
apology,
that?
man. Just don't let it happen again, okay?
Sorry, what was that?
I accept your
Oh,
apology.
I knew
Just
you were
don't
gonna
let
say
it
it again like a
happen
dumb
man.
bitch. You stupid fucking bitch. You made the same stupid clip. You fucking
Okay,
Because you
look,
keep apologizing. Actually,
Lucario,
it wasn't
stop getting
even the
blown
same
out.
thing. When
fucking
you said
moron.
sorry, it wasn't a repetition. It was
Yeah,
just me
no, it was
also accepting
actually.
your other
Yeah, no, it was.
apology.
You said
We
the same
have
thing
It was
twice
me
in a row.
accepting
Good one.
another apology because that's all you can
Yeah,
do.
I know that was
Keep
the joke. You
apologizing.
fucking moron. Good one. You finally picked
Holy
up on
shit.
it. Reuse the
Wait,
clip again. Wait,
No,
sorry,
wait, how's
Lucario.
that?
Hey,
How's that?
Lucario.
Wait, how's
Sorry,
that
use the clip again.
repetition? How's that
Hey, Lucario,
repetition?
use the same clip again.
How's that repetition though?
You didn't repeat the thing that you just said.
No. That was a
No, you
different-
didn't. So you said two distinct things, moron.
Yes, the meaning, the referent was different.
The
slow boy.
referent was different.
Yeah, the referent was different, slow boy. Thanks for repeating
What?
myself. Look, I know. Look, I'm already
What are you
repeating.
fucking
Wait, hold
talking
on.
about?
Hold on.
So-
You're confusing
so-
yourself.
sorry,
repeating
sorry.
me.
Did you,
Dude,
did
I
you
know that
repeat
you already
yourself
think. I know that you already think I'm repeating myself, but you don't have to repeat myself.
You
for me,
literally
okay?
just repeated
Holy
yourself,
shit.
So you
suck,
repeated
dude.
yourself and didn't repeat
Dude,
yourself,
you
Lucario?
fucking suck. I
You
was talking
repeated
about your
yourself and
epistemic
didn't
domain.
repeat
I said
yourself,
that
Lucario?
you think I repeated myself, slow boy. Keep
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Just for the
Oh my
audience,
God,
it makes a
you
lot
suck.
more sense for me to point out your
Wait,
stupid
cool
fucking
guy.
blunders. Yeah, the
I
whole
thought
point
you
is
were-
this
I
is
thought
to
you were
try to
tier
press
two
you,
at
right?
least.
You said
Oh,
it yourself.
come
This is
on.
Lucario
Oh,
press
come on,
conference.
dude. This
So
is
pointing
bad.
out your fucking
Wait, you
blunders
suck
so
at
everybody
rhetoric
can
and
laugh at you.
substance?
Everyone can fucking laugh
No.
at you saying stupid
There's
shit. That's
no
the entire
way.
point. Exactly.
Oh, cool
You
guy.
finally got it right. You realize the nature. You
You got
finally come
bitched,
to know
dude. You got
what
bitched.
we're
You got
actually
whipped
doing
and
here.
you
What
whipped
we're
in the
doing here is
conversation. You
pressing
fucking
you for
suck,
saying
bro.
stupid shit.
And
So
then,
making fun
bro,
of you
just
for
fully
saying
get out,
stupid
bro.
shit and
Go get a
repeating your
job,
stupid
bro. Go
fucking
put the prize
blunders
in the bag,
actually
bro.
is
Oh my
advantageous
God.
considering
There's no
the
coming back
context
from
of this
that. You can't
conversation
even
is to
remember.
fucking point
Dude,
out your
you're
blunders.
literally
Is
my
right.
fanboy. You have to repeat yourself. You make fan fictions about me in your head.
What are
and
you
report them in
talking
the
about?
dialogue. Oh my God.
Whoa. Can we just have that Freudian slip? You think I make fan fictions of you? Is that what you just said?
I said
What
that
are
you
you
make fan
fucking
fictions about
talking
me.
about?
Calm down.
Dude,
You
now
make
he's
fan
making
fictions
shit up. He's
about
making
me and
fantasies
then think
about
that
me,
I'm
making
repeating
fantasies
myself.
of him.
You're
What the
shadow
fuck?
boxing
You're
what you think
25.
Lucario is.
You're
Dude, this is
literally
literally
25
hold
and
on,
you're
hold
saying
on,
that
hold on.
a
This is literally a
19-year-old is
toxic.
making
Hold on, this
fan
is literally
fictions
a
of you,
toxic
even though there's
relationship,
no
man.
basis in
You're
reality to
making,
that.
dude,
Something
you're
you
not in
conjured up
love
with that
with
little
me,
pea brain of
okay?
yours, you
You're in love
fucking
with a
moron.
fiction about me, okay? You're debating a fiction about me.
No,
That's
that's not
me.
what you
You
said,
need to
dumb
get
fuck.
to know me. What did I say?
You said that I'm making a fan fiction about you, you dumb bitch.
I didn't say that you're
So
making
there's-
one. I said
oh
that.
yeah,
Calm
sure.
down.
So now we're gonna lie about
literally
you, just like how you
verbatim
lied
what you
about.
said.
Oh no, I
Calm
didn't repeat
yourself.
myself.
You have
The
dementia.
reference was different.
I
As if you
said
didn't
that
say the
you
exact same
made one
sentence twice
and
in a row.
then
You
fought the
fucking
argument.
moron.
You
You
thought I
made the
repeated
exact
myself.
same quip,
But
and
no,
that
it
was the
wasn't
joke.
me.
And
It
then you
was
start
just a
saying,
fan
"Oh,
fiction
well, the
about
reference
me.
was different."
You
As if
can't
the
even
entire
repeat that.
point was that
Wait,
you
repeat the
did
point that
repeat
I just
yourself.
made.
That's the joke that I made. You fucking
And
moron.
why would
Now you're
that be?
finally
Why would
catching
that be
up
the
to me
case?
after sort of
Oh,
just
you don't even know what
rambling
I'm
on to
talking
this
about.
fucking
Oh,
incoherent
dude,
fucking
you
babble
suck.
because you're
You're
this
out of breath right
pseudo-sentient
now.
orangutan. You have
Unironically,
no
dude. One day
conception
I'm
of what
going
you're
to teach
supposed
you
to
how
be
to
doing in
like
this
talk and
conversation.
breathe in at the
You
same time.
absolute
Because
fucking
every
moron.
single time you end your sentence, you're out of breath. You're gasping for air. Holy shit.
Do you hear
Get
me
the dick out of your
gasping for air?
mouth, bro. Literally, bro.
Do you hear me gasping for air?
No, I've heard you. Not right now.
Okay, so it's not true that every single time that you end a sentence, you
Oh, you did stutter just there. Holy shit. Wait, can we flag that
I
aneurysm?
think
What
he
the
was
fuck?
making fun of you, but all right.
Oh, shit.
Social cues. Yeah, good job.
Yeah, I think he was making fun of your stutter, but yeah. Again, I'm gonna lay the offer out on the table for this Lotes here. What I want you to do.
So I was
You know,
actually
cares.
making fun of you, Lucario. Some dumb bitch again,
Dude,
bro.
this
Oh
is
my
different than
god,
Trinity
you're
Rhetoric.
so funny.
That guy sucks. Wait, unironically.
I mean, nobody thinks you look good right now, though.
Lucario,
Dude,
you're
have you
the
seen the
same
people
guy that
behind
was
you?
like really adamant about the interruptions while just like interrupting him.
Interrupting the pool guy? You
Like
think that was
you
like a one-on-one
you're
conversation?
embarrassing yourself on live right now. That's what you're doing. You're
Wait,
getting
you
blown
think
the
that...
fuck out by
Hold
two
on,
different people
I got a
that you
question for
claim
everyone that's
suck.
here. Wait,
You're terrible. You're
wait,
awful. What are
real
you
quick,
doing?
real quick. Stop responding to that. There's no point. Real quick, for everybody who watched the debate that we had, so I think that was Raya, or everybody who's here that watched. Okay, so Raya, I'm pretty sure Ben watched.
Raya, do not vote
Angel,
for me,
I'm pretty
bro.
sure you
Do
watched.
not vote for me, Raya.
So hold
You
on,
fucking...
I'm not.
hold on.
Trust me, I'm not.
So
Thank
Raya,
God.
what did you?
Holy
Wait.
shit.
Raya, what do you think about that conversation?
Yeah, you obviously like blew him the fuck out.
Hey,
What?
there you go. So that's one, and she's very credible. I think
Wait, I have a
Angel
question
watched, but
for Raya.
she refuses to give her. Stop talking over me. Okay, I think Angel watched, but she doesn't want to give her
You just want to do a
opinion. I
press
think that's
conference?
probably because you stop.
Dude,
I
I'm
think
at the
it's
center of
probably
every attention, bro.
it's probably because you
Holy
amp her
shit.
on the side or whatever. But look, Angel, all you need to do is leave his side and
Dude,
come
I'm
over
so
to this
fucking
side. Show me
famous,
you're
bro.
still good. And look, I mean, Lucario's not going to help you get any better.
You're such a
Lucario loses to
celebrity.
people.
You're a
Lucario
celebrity.
loses to people that have been debating for
get
4
me on the other
months.
side, bro. Holy shit, get me on the
Hey,
other
Dad.
side.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
He nerfed the fuck out of you. He doesn't know
Low
basic
key,
philosophy. Buddy.
Angel, I've like tried to. I've given you things to like work on.
That's for the best.
See?
At a
Trust.
certain
You
point,
don't
when you
want
say
the
that,
Lucario.
but when you
We've
say that,
seen what his students fucking turn
I
out
said,
into. I mean,
I know. I told you to study inference rules. You should do that. But I also told you you need to work on like standard academia first.
Lucario, you
I
said that
said you need to
infinitism.
assess your priorities, bro.
Lucario, you said infinitism.
That's a really
doesn't try
good
to-
amp, by the way.
Yeah, nice. So you
That's like
told her to
next level
focus
amp,
on
dude.
academia. Hold on.
That's
You
a
told her to
next level
focus.
amp, dude.
You told her to
we
focus
all
on
never would have
academia,
thought of
but you
something
made
like
the
that.
claim.
Wait, hold on, Ben. I think your mom agrees with me. Didn't she ground you from debates because your grades were so shit? What?
Oh, you had to wait. Hold
Oh,
on,
no.
Lucario. Did you have to
Oh, no,
run
this is
to
the same
Big
guy,
Ben just to
no.
get your back blown out from a
Oh,
third person
no.
once again?
Wait, I didn't hear
Lucario,
what
I'm
you
kind of
said.
curious
Go on,
why
repeat that.
exactly you won't answer a single fucking question, and you're still getting
Well, I've answered
stumped
a lot of
over the head on
questions.
a curb. By
I
the way,
can
you're a
name the
fucking
questions
low
that I've
tier.
answered.
You're
So I
ass. You
haven't
don't know what you're
answered a single
doing.
question?
What are you doing
Really?
in this conversation?
You
Why are
just
you
want me to
talking
repeat a
to
question
me?
that I've answered.
Go
Well, I've
back to
answered
Cool
no.
Guy
I
11.
said that
Go
no, I
back
don't
to
want to debate
Apollo.
abortion.
Worry
So
about getting
that's
your head bashed into
already
the
a
curb
question that
by
I
them
answered.
too. You
But I
fucking low
also
tier.
didn't answer a single question. What's going on with that?
Oh yeah, you
Fucking
didn't answer a
idiot.
single question. Are you interested in debating
I
Apollo?
just
If and
gave a
only if.
question. I just gave a question that
Listen to the
Apollo gave.
question.
I just
Listen to
gave
the
the
question, low tier.
So I thought I can't answer questions.
Are
What's
you
going on?
interested in
Wait, hold
debating
on.
the king of
Angel,
debating
have I
Apollo?
answered?
If and
Come on,
only
Angel.
if
I've
you're
answered
able
at
to
least one question,
concede.
right, Angel?
Yo, can
All
you
right,
just
so
fucking debate me?
Someone
are you
fucking
able
debate.
to?
Yeah, that guy's an ape.
Yeah, I know. You think everybody who disagrees with you is an ape. But the quote-unquote ape actually knows that infinitism does try to account for doxastic
No, it's just that
there's clearly a difference.
It's just that his
there's
mom
clearly a
looked at his
difference.
academic scores and we're like, dude,
Right,
you're
right.
so shit at your standard academia. I'm literally gonna ground you from debating. Like most people, I think my grades were good enough where like my parents didn't care about me talking on the internet. But look, when your own mom agrees with you, even when your fat mom agrees that you're a retard, like at that point, just pack
You
it
just
up.
say the R slur? Hold on,
Lucario, what happened?
Pause this whole live.
Yo,
Pause this whole
Freudian
live.
slip.
Pause this whole
Freudian
thing.
slip.
Wait.
I'm a
Pause
social
this.
justice
Pause this.
warrior.
Everybody chill. Everybody stop talking.
I'm a
Stop
social
talking. So
justice
hold
warrior.
on, Lucario.
Social justice
Hold
warrior.
on. So look.
Bro, can we get this patch on him?
Look. No. Chill. Wait. Stop. So this is what happened. Okay. You, who every time someone makes fun of a stutter, every time somebody says a slur, you get on their head. You're like, oh my God, you're mad ableist, but you're mad weird, literally so weird. And then you just got backed into a corner so bad, you got bitch slapped so bad that you decided to drop the
You
R
had to
slur, and now
resort to
you're
the
getting
old
clipped.
tactics,
That's on you. That's
Guerrilla
on you,
warfare,
bitch boy.
Lucario.
That's
Look,
on
look,
you,
look,
bitch
look,
boy.
look.
Oh my God.
I didn't use
Lucario
the
got
R
his
Look,
head
I
slur.
didn't
punched
do it.
so
Look.
bad.
It was a figment of
Look.
Cartesian demon. Look, I didn't do
Lucario
it.
got
It
punched
wasn't
in his
me.
knees. He got punched in his
Guerrilla
knees
warfare.
so bad that he started slurring again, despite being the #1 advocate against making fun of stutters and against saying the R slur. He just got bitched so bad that he had to resort to doing that shit. How do you feel about that,
That was a
Lucario?
quote from his mother, by the way. I did not use the
How do you
R.
feel that? How do you feel,
I'm
dork?
very against the R slur. That was a quote from his mother.
How do you feel
That
about it, dork?
actually wasn't me.
Also,
That
How do you feel
actually
about it,
wasn't
dork?
me. That was my
How do you feel
BPP
about
kid.
that, you
Yeah, that
dork?
wasn't me. That wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Come on, Sean. Are you going to explain how it was a meta joke again?
Also,
That was a quote, actually. I
You
didn't
just lost
say it.
all optics. You just lost all your optics. Any of the optics that you thought you had, they're gone.
I've actually unironically been debating that making fun of stutters is not ableist. Like, I don't think it's ableist. I just think it's a little crazy.
What about saying the R slur? Is that
What about saying the R slur in front of 60 people?
Yes, and I would never use the R slur.
But you did, dumbass.
Very-
Oh my god. So
Define
Dubert.
use.
So
Define
Dubert
use.
said the hard R. So let's say Dubert said the hard R, and I'm just debating him, right? And I
It
quote him
was a
saying the hard R,
quote
but I
by
dropped that
MLK.
bitch.
I
But
was
I
quoting
drop it.
MLK. You don't get it. You
I
don't
was
get
quoting
it.
him. I was just quoting Dubert. I'm not racist. I don't say the N word. I was just quoting Dubert.
Yeah, your teacher isn't racist when she says, "Look, this is a very powerful word. I don't want to use this word, but I have to get through this section of the chapter."
Right. And so when you slur because
Justice
you're quoting
for that.
somebody, it's fine, right?
Justice for that lady. Okay.
Wait. And so when people slur when they're quoting, it's fine.
Oh yeah, you can quote slurs. Just spread awareness.
Okay. Wait. So I've said the R slur before. Can you quote me right now?
I can't quote. Yeah, Bridge probably said the word retard, which he shouldn't do. You shouldn't use that.
Okay. This guy's
I'm
okay.
Also, I'm autistic, and
So
I have
Lucario, if I send this to Disney, right? If I'm like, hey, this dork. By the way, your reposts are fucking crazy. This guy reposts Josh Richards and Charlie D'Amelio on a regular. Like, what the fuck,
Oh,
bro? This guy's a geek. But wait, so if I send this to
Yo, what's
Disney-
up, Lucario?
what the?
You have an ability to prove to the audience that my mother said that?
I can go on Discord messages, bro. We can ask Court.
Yeah, do
Court,
it.
do you remember? Wait, Court, do you remember him grounding?
Yeah, when did she call me the R
R
slur?
Oh, are you talking about the Arcer? Look.
Yeah, when did she do that?
Yeah.
I
'cause
can't.
you're
I can't
recording.
prove it because it was on Snapchat. And
Oh,
she
you
said
can't prove it now.
It was on Snapchat.
Ew.
And
Oh,
she
it was on
wasn't-
Snapchat? Can't
Yeah.
prove it now.
It was on Snapchat.
Ew.
And
Oh,
she
it was on
wasn't-
Snapchat?